Hey guys, on to my final Star Wars review for the day. So Richard at Ryden's room in my own bedroom though, rather than my my Ryden's room, basically my son's room. I've got all the clothes drying in there, so there's no space. So yeah, voice going a bit because I've been talking all day, and this is my last review, so just bear with me. Random thing to show. South Park's at the end of its 28th/27th series right now, only 2 episodes left. And it's thought, let's go back to the beginning, and I watched the very first episode, Cartman Gets an Anal Probe, which is fun. I mean, see, if anyone who's familiar with South Park knows they used to do paper construction, they combined it with computers, except the very first episode was all paper. You watch like the way the mouths move and stuff. And then, of course, now it's just all computers. But that first episode is the only one where it's entirely the way they basically pitch the show to people, their Christmas cards, etc. So yeah, then there's that, then there's the humour, Cartman's voice, Kenny dying in every episode, just fewer characters. Like, thinking of the film, Randy Marsh barely does anything. Like, that would never happen in a new South Park film. He'd be like, easily one of the main characters of it. So yeah, it's always fun when you're watching something new going back to the beginning, which is kind of what I've been doing with my Star Wars books. No, it may not be Remembrance Day anymore, but let's call it Remembrance Week/month. So yeah, like the Star Wars book, basically after I finished Fate of the Jedi books, as my Instagram reviews go, I decided to reread all the Bantamira ones I skipped. There's occasionally Del Rey in there as well, which I should probably edit my posts for that, like X-Wing Mercy Kill and my Scoundrels book that's coming up. But yeah, it was, I keep saying button all these videos, and part of that was the Tales of/Tales from books. So picked them all up in 2023. I had the 5 Tales books, the Bounty Hunter Wars were part of that 5. Mandalorian Wars, that's it. Or the Bounty Hunter, yeah, Tales from the Bounty Hunters part of this series, and Tales of Bounty Hunters, and then the Mandalorian Armor, Slave Ship, and Hard Contact, Hard Merchandise. Those were the Bounty Hunter Wars books. So I've got those. Picked up the one-offs like the Crystal Star and the New Rebellion. Recently went back and picked up X-Wing 9, Starfighters of Adjumar, and then 10 Mercy Kill, which I really did not like. The Callista trilogy from my previous video. This is book 2 of it, and I've done 1 and 3 in their own vids. This one I would say for last because it's so much better. So anyone who's seen the vids for book 1 and 3 of this, wondering where this was, this has been uploaded pretty much the same time as this one I'm making right now. So yeah, that was the main goal, because I kind of went through certain patterns. I mean, I only got into Star Wars EU in 2020. After all, there's all the Disney ones, minus the odd book I read growing up. And then yeah, from 2020, it's like Heirs to the Empire onwards, and then 21 was New Jedi Order, 22 was Legacy of the Force. No, my bad. 2020 wasn't Star Wars. 2020 was still the Disney canon ones like Catalyst and Tarkin and Lords of the Sith. 21 was when I started with Heir to the Empire, Darth Bane trilogy, X-Wing, etc. 22 was New Jedi Order. 23 was Legacy of the Force. And then 24, very late 24, since I hated Legacy so much, was Fate of the Jedi. And 25 was kind of just going back, same as when I finished New Jedi Order. I was like, prequel era books I've not read, e.g. all of the Republic Commando books, or reread Labyrinth of Evil, Dark Lord, Episode 3, etc. Speaking of which, I bought the Episode 3 special edition hardback that came out last month. I should do a own vid on that. That's a absolutely sweet book. The story's always amazing, but this new version's great for all the annotations and everything, and it's just a beautiful cover. And yeah, so this year it was basically everything around the OT era that I have missed. There's no timeline in there. So the Tales of/Tales from books. The Callista trilogy. The rest. Oh, and the Black Fleet Crisis. That's actually my next trilogy. I was going to do X-Wing 9, Black Fleet, X-Wing 10, but I did X-Wing 9 and 10, and then Black Fleet. So that's my next trio. Then I've got the Adventures of Han Solo, Adventures of Lando Calrissian, and then what just arrived today, the Han Solo trilogy, the AC Crispin one that people say is the better one. And I bought Scoundrels recently as well, because yeah, that looks like a fun story, and even comes with a short story which I'm going to read as well separately. Basically, whenever I have a nice book I leave at work, e.g. when I was reading this and don't want to damage it getting it home and back, I tend to read something at home, and that's how I read all these. Otherwise I'd have been done with these a long time ago, or perhaps not even read any of them. So yeah, Scoundrels Extra Story is actually a prequel, so it'd be probably good to read that first. So that's kind of my next one to take the place of the When the Book I Don't Want to Damage is Left at Work, e.g. this one, Darred Gobbo one, or my collection, or even this one that actually came out this year and is like twice the length. Do not want to damage that, so once it gets to work safely, I'll be staying there while something else gets read from home, and I've been picking up tons from the library, e.g. some Pokemon books. So yeah, anyway, on to it. So I've basically read them all by order of villains. I went with the Bounty Hunters one first, then it was the Jabba's Palace, then it was Mos Eisley Cantina, then it was the Empire, and then finally New Republic, because New Republic we focus on the good guys, right? Empire on the bad guys. No, this is what I brought up in the Tales from the Empire book. This is, and yeah, reading this, I feel I'm nearly done, but I'm practically done with it. Plus, I've sold it, so I kind of got to get it finished and posted. There's no time to do a review for this tomorrow or Sunday. They're basically both taking place at the same sort of time as each other. Like Tales from the Empire is not set during the Empire's reign; it's during the New Republic's reign. Yeah, the Empire exists, but it's not when they're completely in charge. Likewise, Tales from the New Republic, same thing. Some of it's set during the Empire's reign. Bit more New Republic focused, I'll admit, than the Empire was Empire focused, but they could have just called them Tales from, I don't know, the New Republic and the Empire, Part 1, Part 2. Something like that. Because, yeah, it just seems to be focused around that general timeline. It doesn't matter whether it's called Empire or New Republic. You know, they could have called it Tales from the Galaxy or something. Who knows? But yeah, it's been okay. Like the Empire, I think Tales from the Bounty Hunters was the only one I actually read all stories, but that's because there were 5 of them, and they were all brilliant stories, particularly IG-88 becoming Skynet, and then trying to take control of the second Death Star right before it's blown up. Yeah, ironically, I thought Boba Fett's and Bosk's were the 2 weaker ones in that one, particularly Bosk, and I got a friend at work who loves that croc. And then, yeah, I found like they were getting more skippable. You know, you have to read every single story. That's what I'm going to find in my Warhammer books. At the bottom, plenty of collections to read with tons of stories, which I won't read all, but I hope I'll like them enough to do that. And it's sort of the same thing with this. There's so much that's just not that interesting. I mean, so the very first one is like the biggest stories means for first. I'm sure that with Tales from the Empire, the biggest story was last, like the one that took longest. So Interlude at Dark Nell, written by Michael Stackpole and Timothy Zahn, which is incredible, 2 of the best Star Wars authors out there. Makes me wish we want more collaborations from like great Star Wars authors. And yeah, it's an 85-page book. Really, really good. Focus on Hal Horn and Isan Isard, which was great. And in the end, yeah, it's about getting basically. And I've seen Star Wars from Rogue One, stealing the Death Star plans and getting them to do the rebellion. It's similar sort of thing in that. Not exactly the same by a long shot, but the same sort of general feel. You get loads of stuff going on. You've got Bel Iblis, it's like family are killed, so he can then join the rebellion fully. With like everyone thinking he's dead, like he's kind of safe from the Empire if he like disappears to become part of the rebellion. You've got Armand Isard, who it turns out was playing a very long con, but he gets busted. You got his daughter, Isan Isard, who's actually the one who turns him in to take his place. Like, damn, that's a very Sith Lord backstabbery going on there. And you've got the other plots involving... who are the other characters that appeared in that one? Yeah, sorry, Hal Horn and Isard. Yeah, that's sort of what they get up to. And a bit of reference to Corran. So, yeah, not a bad story. It's fun seeing that. And Timothy Zahn, not obsessed with his own characters, because he's writing more for characters, which may change, because certain authors have kind of got their favourites, and Timothy Zahn has a bit of writing solely for Mara Jade, which, when we get to next book, Jade will tell you exactly what he does, but that's a good story. Mara Jade, she's not considering herself a Jedi, but she's got, the Luke's blue lightsaber, and she just ends up to help, part of a rescue mission to help some woman who's been kidnapped, and she does it, and it's just really cool watching her, pretend to be a helpless victim, and then eventually save the day, which is pretty damn cool. Yeah, really enjoyable, but the rest I kind of just skipped through. I wasn't kind of bored with them. And yeah, no disintegrations, please. That's clearly Boba Fett. I don't know that just yet. That's my current one, so yeah, hope to get that finished, and then we'll see about the others. So that's basically it, and that's the end for my new Tales of / Tales from series. It's been fun reading these again, much like the Bounty Hunter Wars, much like even reading the worst books like Crystal Star. At least, like I say, I've read them. Are they as bad as everyone says? Yeah, they are. But at least now they kind of go on my list. So yeah, hopefully whoever's just bought this will have a better time reading than I did. Same for the others. But on to next ones. In fact, my next Star Wars books now are... God, I need to do a video actually. I've got tons of new ones recently. So basically going Star Wars, Warhammer, something else. So at the minute I've just done Star Wars X-Wing 10 Mercy Kill / Tales from the New Republic. Then it's going to be the Red Gobbo collection for Warhammer. Oh, quite a few of those lately. I bought a collection with 5 stories inside, 2 I've already read, so that'll save some time. I'm not bothered to do a reread, it was only 2 years ago. And then Wallace and Gromit, the Matter of Loaf and Death, yeah, story 4. And then after that, next Star Wars book's going to be the Black Fleet Crisis trilogy. And then some more Warhammer one-offs. And then it's going to be the Adventures of Han Solo. And because that's a trilogy in one book, I'm basically going to read that, then pick one of my Warhammer collections and split that into 3 parts. Then it's the Adventures of Lando Calrissian, which looks a lot smaller, maybe 100 pages, but it will make a big difference. I'm reading it. I picked these up because they recently got the Essential Legends treatment, so I thought I'd give it a go. Actually, no, Lando's did. I think the Han Solo one did, but yeah, I know Lando's was. So I was like, yeah, let's try it in its original form as well. And then it's going to Adventures of Han Solo, Adventures of Lando Calrissian. Oh, Scoundrels. I want to read that, but the short story prequel first. Then it's going to be the new Han Solo trilogy just arrived, the AC Crispin one, which people say is by far the superior story. I assume that's like how he meets Chewbacca, his training with the Empire, and then becoming a bounty hunter. Smuggler for Jabba the Hutt. So once I get to that though, God, I think I'm done. Unless I pick up more Star Wars books on the way. Yeah, I think I will be. I mean, there's always other books like Cross Current Riptide to go, but yeah, I think from what I own, that is it. Blimey, that's took a long time to get there. Well, I'm sure I'll be buying something in the meantime. Or maybe I'll do the Witcher reread, who knows. But yeah, that is it for now. Probably going to be it for book reviews for a while, because I don't really do Warhammer. I could never really do it justice. But plus I read so many, I can't really go back to older ones. But maybe next year I'll start doing Warhammer. If anyone's interested, please post in the comments. I'm more than happy to. I've read tons of Warhammer lately. That's all I'm buying at the moment, to be honest. At least unlike Star Wars, it's still relevant. And yeah, they're printing books every year, reprints, etc. I even got one from the Death Guard, The Lords of Silence, that came out 2018. And of course, like so many Warhammer books, it goes out of print. Black Library never restock, and then they go to insane prices on eBay, especially if you want a new copy. And I don't have a Kindle, so that was the only bit of tech I don't have. So I just have to wait. We basically wait for a future reprint, e.g. Flight of the Eisenstein Horus Heresy, which got one, or this, which got a special edition. So, yeah, some books do get reprints, but not enough. Never get that logic. If you know books are selling so well on the second-hand market, why not just reprint them, sell them again? That way the company gets all the money. Isn't that how it works? But yeah, let me know if you want me to do some Warhammer stuff. Be happy to give my thoughts on them. I've read a lot, but got plenty more to go. But yeah, that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this vid, and I'll see you again in the future.